Chapter 4. Gabriella Monet. Victor's studio was illuminated by a warm, golden light that flickered softly against the dark velvet curtains and mahogany furniture. An elegant symphony of classical music played quietly in the background, lending a serene yet eerie quality to the meticulously arranged workspace. The air was heavy with the mingling scents of leather, antiseptic, and faint traces of blood, a blend that had become oddly comforting to Victor. He stood before his latest creation, a deep crimson dress, its texture flawless, the craftsmanship impeccable. It draped gracefully on the mannequin, each stitch an act of precision, a statement of dominance. Victor's gloved fingers gently caressed the supple leather, his heartbeat quickening with pride and dark anticipation. "Perfection," Victor whispered softly, eyes gleaming with fierce pride as he studied every scene, every meticulous detail. But even as satisfaction filled him, the voices in his mind stirred restlessly. "Still hiding behind your art, Richard?" The gloves murmured softly, teasingly. Victor's jaw tightened, his pulse fluttering with irritation. "Victor," he corrected sharply, refocusing his attention back to his work. He turned away, reaching for his phone resting on a nearby table. The screen lit up, revealing Gabriella Monet, her face luminous, her expression radiant yet hollow, a mask perfected for social media. Her image provoked something dark and insistent within him. She wore a beige blazer and matching trousers, their fit tragically off, the fabric wrinkling in unfortunate places, the garment screaming silently for relief. Victor's lips curled into a smile, both admiring and disdainful. "Oh, Gabriella," he whispered, his voice silky and mocking. "How unfortunate to wear elegance so poorly. But don't worry, I'll make you perfect." In the following days, Victor shadowed Gabriella with practiced ease. He observed her routine, the precise timing of her yoga sessions, brunches at upscale cafes, and exclusive cocktail parties. Each public appearance offered him new insights, new visions, new ways to transform her from something ordinary into something extraordinary. On the night of an exclusive event, Victor arrived impeccably dressed, effortlessly blending with the crowd of glamorous socialites and influential figures. He moved through the room like a phantom, graceful and unnoticed until he stood before Gabriella. She was bathed in spotlights, cameras capturing every calculated smile, every practiced gesture. Her golden hair gleamed under the lights, her laughter false but charming. Victor smiled warmly, stepping forward to catch her attention. "Gabriella Monet," he said softly, voice smooth as silk, layered with polite admiration. She turned, her carefully constructed smile faltering for just a heartbeat. "Yes? I've admired your recent collaboration," Victor continued, his gaze intense and discerning. Although he leaned in slightly, his voice dropping to a confidential murmur. "The blazer from your latest post, it could have been tailored better, don't you think?" Gabriella's smile wavered further, uncertainty flickering briefly across her perfectly painted face. "Oh?" she replied with forced lightness. "I suppose you have a suggestion?" Victor chuckled softly, charmingly. "Perhaps next time choose someone who truly understands fabric and form." With a final enigmatic smile, he melted back into the crowd, leaving Gabriella momentarily stunned. Hours later, the city's noise faded behind them as Victor followed Gabriella into a shadowy alley behind the boutique. Swiftly, silently, he moved with practiced precision, the blade glinting once in the pale moonlight. Her startled gasp was brief, lost beneath the distant hum of city life. Back in his studio, Gabriella lay before him, her pale skin luminous under the dim lamplight. Victor worked meticulously, his hands graceful, his mind lost in reverence. Every cut, every careful stitch transformed her into his vision. The scent of blood and antiseptic mingled in the air, intoxicating him. "Now you see, Gabriella," he whispered tenderly, smoothing the transformed skin with gloved fingertips. "This is how you were meant to be remembered." The gloves tightened slightly, comforting and affirming his artistry, even as Gabriella's empty eyes stared accusingly at him from the shadows. Victor exhaled softly, ignoring the silent judgment as he completed the final stitch. "Perfect," he murmured, satisfaction blossoming deep within his chest. Yet even as triumph filled him, the whispers returned, insidious and mocking. "Still playing pretend, Richard? How long before they all see through your act?" Victor straightened sharply, shaking off the unsettling thought as he stood back to admire his newest masterpiece. "No," he replied coldly to the silence, his voice steady and fierce. "They will only see art,